Well, here's a little bummer. The truck's transmission's gone, so I gotta drive the side-by-side to work for a few days. Yippee. Let's see how this goes. This is the difference without the lights. everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you all for sticking along. I know it's been a few days, but it's been one heck of a month, I must say. In the beginning of the video I mentioned that I have to drive the side-by-side back and forth to work for now because the transmission in the truck is basically gone. So she's garbage and she's going here soon. And yeah, I've been having to drive the side-by-side back and forth, and of course the belt broke. The donuts need to be replaced, so I had to get a tow back from my stepdad. He saved the day. Things can always be worse, and you know, it can always get replaced, so that's the upside to it. My plan is that I'm gonna save up all winter. I'm gonna go up to Calgary. I'm gonna buy a nice Chevy truck. I'm a Chevy fan through and through. This was my first Chevy. It was a 95. Loved that thing. I ended up putting my first truck box camper on it. Lived in that for a full summer and some of the fall. And that's kind of what started me out in the nomad community, to where I ended up with my Astro van in the end before I did move back. I regret not driving it back, but everything does happen for a reason, and that's okay because I'm going to get something better. Let's go make this stew. Before we start making supper, I just wanted to take note that sometimes I get like comments here and there. Like, I love comments. I love you guys dropping comments. It's very encouraging to keep the channel going. It doesn't feel like I'm just me talking into a camera, posting it, and it's just me. So it's nice to have a community behind it. And sometimes I get comments like, oh, can you talk a bit more lively? Can you know, not be like one monotone all the time? And this is what it is, you know, like me on camera is me in real life. Really trying to, you know, change myself to get more attention or more exposure to my channel. Me talking into cameras like me talking to you in the store. So I just wanted to comment on that thank you for everybody that do comment and support the channel and me. Thank you. And for the ones that drop those comments, go find somebody else to watch. Simple as that. So yeah, I'm gonna make supper now. So here it is. We're gonna be making a little salmon stew, nothing too over the top. We got some little baby potatoes, noodles, carrots, onions. We're gonna drop a big blob of butter in at the end to make like a nice creamy sauce. Salt, pepper, as we always do. And oh geez, we didn't even freaking get the can of salmon yet. Alright, well, we'll get that. And we're gonna get started. I'll start boiling up that water there now. Alright, so this is half of a small onion. And I'm going to take half of that for this. Yeah, I like really simple meals, and I tries to make recipes that everyone's guaranteed to have in their kitchen. And yeah, back in the day, this is all that they had too, and they freaking makes food good, so my food's good too, don't you worry. The potatoes and these are probably going to take the same amount of time, so I'm going to say frigate. I'm going to put it all back in there. Here, make it easy on myself, Tamara. Put my sleeves up like I should be doing. All that in there. The water should be starting to boil here soon, so by the time I'm done these carrots, it'll be time to put it all in. This can of salmon goes in last. Like the very, very end. Basically when you put the butter in for the creamy texture sauce at the end, because we only wants to warm up the salmon. We don't want to cook it because it falls apart, and yeah. We're gonna see how long it takes me to make this too, because frick, shouldn't really take that long. Probably max 10 minutes. All this won't take that long to boil. See? And this is really healthy too. I know a lot of people don't like salmon stew or nothing like that, but I don't find nothing wrong with me. I love this. Me and my stepdad used to actually make this quite a lot of times, because I grew up going into the woods with him when he would cut pulp, or when we would go out into the bush and we would go rabbit catching. We would always have like either a can of kippers or a can of salmon stew, and I always looked forward to it. I freaking loved getting up and being like, oh, I want to go with you instead of going to school sometimes, and it made really good memories. I wish we could do that there now, but with working and stuff all the time, it does limit the time I have for that kind of stuff. But it is my goal to be able to go out at least a few times and get some rabbits, because rabbits is one of my favorite rabbits to eat. I loves rabbit stew, rabbit meat pie, works of it. But that's like a little nostalgia for back in the day. I loved going in with him, and you know, I would help, you know, bring all the chunks of wood to the trailer or whatever it may be, or I would be there perfecting my snares for rabbits, and we would always have a cook-up where, like I said, can of kippers, we always had our cup of tea, and he always made homemade bread. It was just such an experience. I miss those times. Alright. That's that. We got our potatoes, noodles, carrots, onions. That's a nice little hefty tray there. Alright, get rid of this. Open up my can of salmon. And I am not picky, and I'm not like freaking taking these bones out. I just don't eat them. So if I was making it for somebody else, yes, I would pick it all apart, take the bones out, and be fancy with it. But I'm not, and I don't really care. I just don't eat them. So that's pretty much all prepared now. Gotta add some salt and pepper to it here in a bit. And I'm gonna get this in the pot. I think this is gonna come out good. And add some pepper there now. Oh yeah. I'm gonna add in a can of salmon. That's all she be. If you want to get fancy, you can add a splash of hot sauce or whatever you like, right? Or an extra can of salmon. Tweak this as much and as little as you like. You could add freaking bell peppers in there, whatever you want, right? Watch this become a nice creamy texture. Holy frig, man. That wind is wild out there. And there it is, the final result. You notice I got my bread and butter to go with it. Salmon, potatoes, carrots, onions. You notice what I put in there. Yeah, that looks freaking bomb. Nothing wrong with that. It is healthy. So, yeah, just wanted to share you guys me making up my little stew. Might as well give it a taste test now. Oh my gosh, this is so good. My stepdad, he makes it way better and he makes it differently, but I tweaked it to how I like to make it as well. So, yeah, it came out really good. Wow. That's better than the last time I made it too, actually. Friggin' right. Well, I made enough to make 2 of these bowls full. I didn't really realize how hungry I am, and I'm probably gonna end up flattening the whole thing, so I'm gonna finish this and we'll see y'all later.